Hi guys, welcome to Marquayla the Life Speaker, where we help care those hearts. I've been procrastinating, honestly, not knowing whether or not should I do this. But I know that this is in my heart. It's different when it's in your heart versus if you're just doing it just to do it. If something's in your heart, you have to go ahead and just let it out and just go ahead and say what you need to say, and whether people like it, whether people hear it, whether you're touching somebody, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what matters the most is you. So I'm going to do Marquayla the Life Speaker 2020 testimony. I don't look myself, but I'm okay. Trust me, I am okay. I am so much better than how I was. I am improving so much better than, it doesn't matter what anybody say. But I can tell you that the devil is definitely busy, and sometimes people don't realize when they say stuff to people that they can affect them, and gotta be careful while changing. I'm gonna say it like this. When you're changing, you can't run, because people are gonna talk about you until the day you die. And you're going to have to just continue to do what you need to do. You're going to be in the battlefield almost every single day. And you're just going to have to just go ahead and run for what you really, 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 really need to run for. And regardless of when everybody's ready for you or anybody's ready to help you, about time they do that, it may be too late. I'm learning in my life that I have millions of people tell me, okay, I'm ready for you. And I'm already just like, oh, okay. But to be honest, I held my tongue so long, and I'm starting to realize that's the problem. The problem is really me, is that people want to take my identity, or you let them take your identity. It's a worldly thing, you got to be what they do or do what they say, or, being somebody that you're not. And God created us to be different, and sometimes it's hard to talk about Him if your lifestyle doesn't fit like other people thought it would fit. But if God says that He loves you for you, whether you're living a lifestyle or you're following His commandments, He loves you for you. He is like a real parent. Say if your child is doing something that you didn't expect them to do, and they know who you are, and they know that they're letting you down, but in their mind, they don't know how to get out. Some people just really don't know how to get out. And you got to be that one to stick with them. Not pick and choose when you're ready, because when you're ready, it might be too late. And they'll move on and they'll find someone else. Because that's just like somebody drowning, okay? They're drowning and they're drowning and they're drowning in the water. And you're finally telling them as they're drowning, you're watching them drown all that time, you ready to get out of there? And you watch them drown all that time. Now, some struggles are meant for you to struggle. But see, God also has a way. He makes a way when no one else makes it. Period. Now, we're living in a day of a range where people don't understand. They don't understand nothing, and when you're trying to create something positive, they they honestly take it in a negative way to where I said it before in the video, no matter what you say, someone's always going to say something about you. And after a while, as you're growing and you're changing and adjusting yourself and you're seeing the same problem occur, it's not you. It's really them. It's really the person they are. And you're just going to have to just go ahead, say, okay, thank you so much for letting me know about this, and move on. Because eventually, you're trying to come up, and people don't realize that words do hurt. So you got to be careful what you're saying to people. You got to be careful what you're saying to people. So, sometimes I procrastinate in this business because it's difficult. I don't have a business license. I don't have this. I don't have that. But living a dream and doing what you love, or doing something because you know you have to do it, that's a whole nother level. Okay? When it comes to actually touching somebody's heart, and it comes to actually telling someone, hey, this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's hard. But the goal is to realize you planted the seed. Whether they hear it or not, you planted the seed because that's in your heart. Your heart is to sow, and it doesn't always have to be money. You're sowing whatever you can sow into that person. Whether they hear you or not, you're sowing, and then you got to just keep going. And if they want to change their life around, they'll change their life around. But sometimes the problem is, in this society, once you finally do change your life around, it's still going to be hard. And that's the reason why I said what I said earlier in the video. People are going to talk about you until the day that you die. And you're going to have to make up your mind on what you want to do. And you got to ask God when you're coming across these comments. Do I stop or do I go? What should I do? At the end of the day, you can't keep constantly stopping your dreams and goals because everybody else stopped theirs. Or they're not where they need to be. And you're trying to get there, but you keep stopping because you don't want to lose them. But at the end of the day, at this point, you got to tell you stop. You got to tell yourself, I can't be on this. And the funny part is, you own a boat. You are on a boat. But don't you find yourself sinking because you're sitting on the boat constantly and it's sinking because you got too many people on there, and somebody on that boat just gonna have to find another. They just gonna have to find another boat to get on because yours is too full. So what I'm saying is, the way they looked at you in that boat. You know what I'm saying? And they picking and choosing when they want to help you, and you're drowning. The boat is sinking. It's not the problem, but you scared to get on the boat because you on there. God puts you all. The thing about it is, God makes sure His children are safe, and He puts you all in different places, so you got a place to go. The place isn't the problem. It's just that you have to make up your mind if this is what you want to do. That means that you're going to have to flow through that negativity, because regardless of what they feel, regardless of what they say, you're going to have to flow through it. My work is beautiful, and it's being ignored. It's being unnoticed. It's been going off unnoticed. And I procrastinated. I constantly told myself, maybe this isn't for me. But I keep coming back every now and then. I keep doing different things every now and then to let myself know that, you know what? I'm fighting for something. And whether someone like it or not, whether they understand or not, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. I want to help cure hearts. I want to help cure hearts. When I say I'm Marquayla the Life Speaker, where we help cure those hearts, that is exactly what I want to do. But it's not always easy to do that. When you got people judging you, you got people criticizing you, you got people talking and saying things the wrong way, and then you just feel like, man, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I just should give up. Just give up. Just give up. But if it's in your heart, you can't. You can't. You just can't. You just can't. Don't give up. Now, Marquayla Life Speaker 2020. I have to let this video out because you never know what happens. You never know what's going to happen to you. And if you do not let a video out, or you do not let something out right away, it never crosses your mind. I said I was going to let this video out because I had to. Something just says, just let it out. You need to let this out. You need to do Marquayla Life Speaker 2020 testimony. Let it out right now because it needs to be out. Then I let it out and I'm like, okay, dare to go. The video just went somewhere else because constantly when I'm ready to do something, somebody just comes and says something and kind of blows my road off. And I'm redirected places I don't want to go and I don't want to be in. And I just don't understand when you're changing your life around or you're doing something that people said that you need to do and you finally do it, they still the same. So now you got to realize, stop worrying about them, stop worrying about all that, and get where you need to go. Okay? So now that I kind of talked about that for a minute, I want you guys to understand that your life is very important, but you changing. Once you made up your mind, you want to change. It's going to be hard. Either way it goes, there's no really quick way to it. There's no shortcut to this life. Either way it goes, it's going to be hard. So I'm going to leave this with you because I want you to understand that even if you're going right or you're going left, you will be redirected. You will get where you need to go. But the main goal is realizing whether people love you, whether people care about you, there's always going to be somebody. It's always going to be that one person that has something to say, and you just going to have to continue to constantly get yourself up there, whether they like it or not, whether you're the only one standing at that stage. It's time for you to perform. It's time for you to get up there. They might not understand you physically, but God, He's pulling me somewhere. And even if it's been virtually for a while, virtual, that's because God's pulling me somewhere. And sometimes you just got to get yourself up there, whether you got the people, whether you got the money, whether you got it, whatever the case may be. You make a penny turn into $1. You got to do what you got to do. You got to put all your change together and hope that you can get there. This is the main goal in life, is just to get there. Whether you putting your 2 quarters together making 50 cents and you making 50 cents out of nothing work. You're trying to go and get you something to drink and you don't have enough money for it, but you found a way to get you something to drink. The main goal is realizing that some people say that they'll be there and you really need them at that time. They not there. And it's okay. It's okay. You forgive them. You love them. But at the end of the day, it's time for you to get where you need to go because you need to get there. Whether they like it or not. You're not perfect, but you got to get there. So with that being said, I just want to kind of talk to you about what God has done for me and why I chose to do an online site versus actually talking in front of a lot of people. They gonna judge you no matter what. It doesn't matter if you create an online site to get away from those comments. You're gonna always get somewhere and people are gonna talk about you. So whether you're doing something online or you're doing your business offline or you're doing it in physical person, it doesn't matter. When they see you or they meet you, they're going to say something and you just got to be the one to say, all right, I got to go. Thank you so much for your comment, but I got to continue to do what I need to do. I annoy people for some reason with my online sites, but I know for a fact that I've changed. I am so much different than how I was when I'm younger. And I have a problem constantly explaining that, and so I'm realizing that I don't need to explain myself to nobody. I just need to get where I need to go, whether they like it or not. I gotta get on this boat and I gotta go ahead and swim. I gotta go ahead and do what I need to do. And sometimes it could be intimidating, sometimes it could be annoying, but oh well, because I cannot stop doing what I'm doing because you don't like it. You're not gonna like this business. You're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like that, but it doesn't matter. You're not the only one out there. There's more people. There's millions and millions of people out there, and what you don't like or what you don't feel that it's enough, somebody else might feel like it's enough. So there's more people than just you, and I think that's a problem with the society that is so selfish. They want to control you. They want so much power over you that sometimes you have to break the chain yourself and let them know that, wait a minute, you might have this, you might have that, but the same opportunity that you have, somebody else has it. Even way more different than you have it. And if they don't have it or they don't have it, I'm going to find it. I'm going to make a penny out of $1. I'm going to make my way whether you like it or not because I ain't got no time waiting on you. Because that's how you got to do it. Okay? So, 2020 testimony. I really get emotional sometimes, and that's okay. But I really wanted to tell you guys about how I found myself along the way because I've been abandoned, and what I mean about abandonment, meaning when I finally made up my mind that I wanted to change my life, I clicked into change. The people who had hopes or people who told me I needed to change my life around and gave me some type of testimony, they didn't follow what they say. And now I kind of see for myself why this young youth, why do people pull back? Why do people go back to their past? Or why so many people are on drugs? Or why so many people have these addictions? Because the problem is not that they're on drugs or they had these addictions. The problem is people's mouths. They make the person feel like they have no way out. They change their life around and they look back because you didn't stand your ground. You didn't stand for them like you said that you were. You let them down. And so they just say it doesn't matter if I change my life around or I didn't. Either way it goes, they're going to say something about it. So I'm just going to look back and go back to the boat that I know I shouldn't be on. But that's the reason why you got to tell yourself whether people love you, whether people care about you or not. You got to get there. Life is too short to let people held you hostages because you got a past. You got a background. Because anybody could be walking on water. We all have a background. Some people forget what they come from. They forget what they came from. And they walking around here walking higher. And sometimes they walk too high. They done lost you in it. And then they looking for you and wondering where you went now. But it's too late. You walking on water too much that you got to take a couple steps down because you don't realize you're losing a lot of souls, a lot of people because you walking too high up, that people don't want to deal with that. Now, I got a heart, but I tell the truth or shame the devil. I'm too honest. That's why a lot of people don't like me or like my Facebook page or like my YouTube channels or like my blog or I don't have many likes. But I'm telling this and I'm saying this because even though I don't have all these people supporting me or all these people, whatever, I don't even care no more. Because I'm 25 years old. I'm old. And so when you get old, you get wise. And you start to realize that whether people support you or not, whether people be there for you or not, just get up there. Don't look back because everybody else looked back. Don't go back because you're not there. Don't look back because you're not going that way. Whether they want to be in your life, whether they want to support you, you got to go. You got to go. My testimony was kind of like different, right? Because people might have thought that I was going to sit here and talk about how I lost my children, or sit here and talk about how I lost my dad, or sit here and talk about how I lost things. But honestly, 2020 testimony is simple. Your testimony don't always have to be your real story. I had this whole plan set out. Let me talk about how I went through this and how I overcame this. Let me talk about how I did this and how I got out of this. People don't realize when you talk about, man, I was on drugs and I was on it. Nah. Look, this is how I overcame right now. I don't need to tell you that I lost this, I lost that, I lost this. This is how God's going to help me gain this. And this is how God going to help me overcome this. Because I've been through way too much in my life that I don't need you. I don't need anybody to keep constantly telling me I'm negative, I'm this, I'm that. This business might not work. This YouTube channel might not be for me. I need to give up. I don't care if I get 0 likes. I don't care if I get 1 like. I don't care who's liking because I'm not for you to like. I just know that I've been called to do great things and my testimony is great. Why? Because it doesn't always have to be about what I lost. It's more about what I've gained, and I've gained knowledge. I gained wisdom, and I'm not crazy. I gained that I see it in this real society that whether you make it up there or not, somebody's always going to talk about you until the day you die. There's always going to be a comment about what you do in your life until the day you die. So you might as well get up there and make it in your life and stop allowing these people to make you feel like you're nothing, because you are something and you belong on this earth. And that's why so many people want to die. That's why so many people want to kill themselves, because nobody stand by them side. Nobody was there for them. Nobody supported them. But what little do they know? They don't need that. All they need is a little bit of hope. All they need is a little bit of trust. All they need is a little bit of Jesus. It doesn't matter. You're going to have millions of testimonies about how you lost. Millions. Because I was about to come up here and testimony about I lost this, I lost that, I lost. I won something. And what I won is that I'm very intelligent and I don't use it very often, because I realize every time I use it, people always talking about me. They talk about me too much to where I just gain the knowledge today. It doesn't matter what I do. They're always going to say something about me. So I might as well just get up there and stop waiting on them because I'm drowning. And I need to swim. So, 2020, Marquayla the Light Speaker, will we help cure those hearts? The testimony came out different because you know what? Things don't always go as planned. Right? I was about to sit up here. I ain't gonna lie. I was about to sit up here and say, you know what? I lost this. I lost that. I lost. But I've gained knowledge. I gained wisdom. I gained understanding. And I'm not stupid. So stop trying to play with me. You know? And that's what you gotta do when it comes to changing your life around. If you change your life around and they still got something to say, it's not about removing yourself. It's just accepting that it's always going to be criticism in the world. It's still there. They always going to criticize you. They always going to have a mouthful to say. They always going to have a mouthful to say. And that's why if you really think about half the people that want to kill themselves, it's not because of themselves. It's because of really the people they surrounded themselves around. People broke their promises. People didn't do what they said they was going to do. People coming at the last minute. People ready to help you now. Wasn't there before. People ready to do this, that. And you just at the moment in the life, you just come to realize, just get yourself up there and make it. And whether they want to be in your life or not, you just got to get up there. I can sit here and spend a whole hour about what I've lost, how I lost. But I can't do that no more. I can't do that. I know what I lost. Let me stop even remembering what I lost. I know what happened to me. I know what I was in. I know that I sat in mental hospitals and had to take 4 shots and pills. I know I sat in jail, sitting in a chair, strapped down for hours, just strapped down in a chair for hours. And all those people who said they loved me, they was there, they was going to support me, I didn't see them. I'm in a chair strapped down in jail. Me not understanding why am I strapped down. Why they got me strapped down. Me in a mental hospital not eating for 2 weeks because I'm thinking something's going on. Why am I in here? I lost. Me not understanding why my kids, why they going this way, why they going that way. My children, me this, that. Me not understanding. But here I am today to say they gonna talk about you. Period. Even if you talk about yourself, you're just making it more room for them to say something, but it doesn't matter. Because you deserve to be on this very life. God created you to be wonderfully made, and whether they like you or not, He likes you. And when He says He's going to do something for you, He will do it. And He won't say, okay, I'm ready for you. He's going to say, I've been ready for you. I've been protecting you. I've been here. I've been with you forever. It didn't matter. I've been right there during the struggle. You just ain't seen me move, baby. But I'm moving. I'm making sure that I'm making waves. I'm making sure that I'm pulling it away, baby girl, baby boy, I'm pulling it. You've been abandoned. I'm going to cover that. I'm going to make sure that you get clean again. I'm going to help you. Baby, you try to change your life around. Keep changing it. Just keep going up there. Keep swimming. Keep pulling, baby. I hear you. Just keep pulling. And don't give up, baby. I know one day you got that crave for that drug. You got that crave for sex. You got that crave for all these things, but God says, I got you. Yeah, you turn it back. Yeah, you looking back, but baby, I got you. People came up to me a couple of days. I'm used to all this. Why did you choose to be a church girl? The comment. Them not knowing, I'm like, I've been working. I barely go to church. I didn't choose to be a church girl. I chose to be God's child. It's the difference between sitting in a church all day than growing and gaining a knowledge, gaining a connection with God, whether people understand you or not. You are a human being. You gonna cry. You gonna have them days where you wanna die. You gonna have them days where you talking about God and then you just slip. You're not created to be like everybody else. You were created to be different. Don't give up. Don't give in. Just know that God knows. He knows your heart. He knows your heart. It's been a very long journey for me. My deceased loved one would say, to be or not to be is a question. I never knew what he meant, but he was always saying that. And he left that. And I say, why is you saying to be and not to be a question all the time? Then one day he died and I finally did my research and realized, even though I thought he was just being funny, he left a meaning. Do you want to live or do you want to die? And I'm like, whoa, I want to live. Whether people want me to die or they going to be die, I'm going to die because they talking about me too much. Then I'm going to kill myself. But you know what? I don't need to do all that no more. Let them talk. Let them say whatever. Blah, 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 blah. It's time to live my life. And I'm just going to live it. I'm just going to live it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I'm working too much. I'm doing too much. You just got to get to your destination. Stop worrying about all them. Just go. Just go. That's the main testimony. Go. E.T. say, oh my God, one day I remember just crying and Pandora, I was listening to music and E.T. came up and he said, get up. Get up. What you doing? Get up. And I'm like, what in the world? I'm listening to music and someone say, get up. And after a while, when I heard him, I thought about it. And I realized, he right. Just get up and get to your destination and stop worrying about them people because they ain't really worried about you. They gonna talk about you till the day you die, so you might as well just get up there and just get up there. I know it sounds like, man, you make it sound so easy. It's not easy, but you gotta go. You gonna lose all day. You gonna lose everything. Lose your wallet, lose your hair, lose your car, lose your socks, lose your house, lose your everything. But if you got your body, if you still got your body on this earth, then you should do something with it. You're going to lose all day. But if you still got this temple, you still got this body on you, that's all you need. I hope this kind of makes sense. It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. But I'm just trying to say it doesn't matter. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. We lost so many things. We can imagine. You know, losing kids, losing houses, losing dogs, losing cats, losing whatever the case you may be losing. The main thing is, until your body is here, God will get it back if he feels like you need it back. You lose your man, lose your girl, lose everybody in the world. But until you have your body on this earth, there's no reason why you shouldn't become successful. I don't have this. I didn't get that degree. I didn't never want myself. It doesn't matter. You deserve to be on this very life because obviously your body is here. Why is your body here if you don't belong here? Be careful what you're doing to your body because your body it will tell you when you're doing too much. Your body loves you. God loves you. Your body is your temple and you got to treat your body as if it's a baby, and don't abandon it because everybody else abandoned it. Get back into your soul and be who you are and fly, because you are created to be wonderful, and whether people understand you or not, you're going to be all right. That was Marquayla's The Light Speaker 2020. Now, look, I know my little shirt that I created. I had 2 dresses. I just got random because my house is just a confusion up in here. So, her head cut off. But I was just like, you know what? We just gonna put on this dress, put on Marquayla The Light Speaker, and do some speaking. And poof, there it is. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it don't matter what I do or say or whatever the case may be. Somebody's always going to say something. They going to talk about me till the day I got. To that point, I'm just like, whatever. You know, I got to go. With that being said, I enjoyed talking to you guys. I know it's been a minute with Marquayla The Light Speaker where we up here those hearts. Because I've been doing my readings. I've been reading books every single day on live. That is my commitment. I'm going to keep that as commitment. I don't see myself even just falling away from it. But I do see myself still on my YouTube channels. You know, leaving my videos, making my videos. So every now and then, gotta put out something. But Marquayla The Light Speaker 2020 testimony is now released. And, yeah, I probably ain't gonna get no views anyways. It's okay. Ever since I created this business. And it's a business because it's an investment to me. You know, I bought dresses. I bought a whole bunch of notebooks. I bought all this stuff for this business. And I bought it. I invest in it. And I think about it and I realize, you know, people ain't going to even notice you until they see that you are successful. So just go ahead and live that life. Keep being creative and keep doing what you're doing. Even if you ain't making no money off of it. It just feels good to invest. I've been investing in this business. I probably spent over... I spent some money on this business. I can tell you that. And I look at the videos, I look at the writing, and I look at the views, and I see I ain't have nobody. But when I start saying, oh, boom, 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 when I start saying all the stuff I lost, then that's when I have everybody. And so I just started waking up. I'm like, oh, this is how the world be? You trying to change your life? And they still trying to tell you about you? What's going on? It's confusing. That's probably why I was in the mental hospital, to be honest. Because I was confused. But I ain't confused no more. And I ain't going to ever see myself in no hospital. I ain't going to see myself, whatever the case may be. You always going to lose something. But if it's meant for you to have it, God going to give it back to you. It doesn't matter what is it. He's going to give it back. He's going to make sure. Because the main thing is realizing that sometimes you don't lose it. It's just somebody that's trying to take something that's not theirs. And God's going to make sure it returns back to you, whether they want to give it up to you or not. But you, during this time, need to keep on investing in you. Whether they like it or not. Buy you some pair of jeans. Buy you this and that. I took off my wig because, you know, I just couldn't do it. I'm going to be bun girl for a while. You know, I'm going to be creative. Get my little stuff on, files on, all that stuff, you know. But till then, shoot, just chill and relax. God got your back. He got your back. But also make sure you got your... Look back sometimes and look at yourself. You know, you got your body. You know, I know you want to die because they all confusing you. If you think about why these people jump off the bridge, it's because all these people talking about them. That's why. they was talked about. That's why. That's why all these people killing themselves and their own drugs and all these things. But they gonna be alright. Because God's still watching over them, and until the day that they die, He's gonna cover you. I know it's hard. Not a lot of people believe Him, and that's okay. And there's reasonings. There's reasoning. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I choose God over everything. Whether I'm being labeled as a hypocrite, I'm being labeled as a sinner, I'm being labeled on why you believe. My thing is, why don't you want to believe something positive versus all these people that you worship? Because I'd rather believe something positive than believe something that is not positive. God puts you on this very earth for a reason, so you should continue to stay on this earth. Because if you don't, you got to think about it. What's wrong with positivity? What's wrong with it? But me, every time people always say, you did, I'm just tired. I'm into this. I'm just getting to the place where, you see, this a half face. She ain't got no face on, but she got her little dress on. She got her little peoples on it. Look, let me get up and push back. This is her. She got her little peoples on it. This is actually my mom and dad. It got my mom and dad on here. And she got her little design on there. And people wouldn't even understand it, but I love my parents. I respect my parents. Because my parents, people said that, I wouldn't become this because they was too nice and they was this and that was that. But look at the woman became. I got my own place. I worked 2 jobs. I still got my kids. And even though it's hard sometimes, but I still got them. I'm able to get where I'm going. And it's because of my mom and dad, regardless of what we went through. They was there for me. They supported me. And I wouldn't be the woman I am today talking to people about what. No. It's because my mom and dad, they was there for me. You know what I'm saying? And even though it's different now, it doesn't matter. I still remember my mom and daddy. It don't take that much for someone to believe in you. And once they put a little faith, it's still there. And you just got to keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And remember, they still on your cheerleader side. They still clapping for you. My daddy is dead. He gone. All I got left is my mama. You know what I'm saying? Love your parents. Honor your parents. And if you ain't got none, find some. And if you ain't got that, the spiritual side got you, man. It's a higher realm. I don't care what nobody say. I know there's a higher realm. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people blah, 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 blah. I'm to the point where you don't have to like me. You don't have to whatever. But I just know I created all my own little stuff. And I've been in college before. I went about 8 weeks. But I went. The main goal is realizing it's not where you end, it's where you start. You went there. God gonna get you back there if He needs you to get back there. You gonna just keep moving and moving and moving and moving wherever you need to be. Just know that He loves you, He cares for you, and you belong on this very earth, and whether He like it or not, whether y'all like it or not. Till this body is here, Marquayla light speaker was gonna speak. For real. Because I came a long way. I'm so much better than how I used to be. And honestly, my situation was not as bad as it seemed anyway. Because if I didn't belong here, why did He keep me here so long? I'm just looking at this dress and laughing because I'm like, I'm really wearing this. But it still has a meaning. Even though her face is cut off, it has a meaning. It's actually pretty cute dress. And I created it last year. I just wear it as pajamas. And I come back and create more stuff and invest more stuff, more time. Just keep going. I even had business cards. I have a business card. I gotta make all this stuff, but I'll be all right. Anyways, we spent a lot of time with each other because, I might not know when I ever be back on 2020. Talking about Marquayla light speaker where we help cure those hearts. I don't know when I'm gonna come back. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, because sometimes I be like this, I be procrastinating, I be playing, I be not really using that knowledge that God gave me because I'm like, I don't want to deal with people. That's just me. I don't want to deal with you. So I don't use my knowledge. I don't use my wisdom, but I know that God gave it to me. So I have to use it. I have to continue to do what He's called me to do, whether people like it or not, because I am a sinner. And I probably gonna sin again. And I know that's kind of like, how you gonna talk about God and talk about it? Blah, 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 blah. You know what? You gonna say whatever you want to say. So, therefore, I can't keep on holding my tongue back. Because you ain't gonna obviously hold yours. People are so hilarious to me. They funny. They is so funny. Anyways, guys. Thank you so much for watching Marquayla Light Speaker, where we help cure those hearts. Subscribe. Also, I've been seeing that 2 people subscribe the channel. Thank you so much. I haven't even been on here, but you guys made me realize that I needed to upload at least one video to let y'all know I see you. I see the subscribers. Thank you so much, and do me a favor, subscribe this channel. And also follow the blog, because I'm going to put that up there too. Thank you so much for watching Marquayla, the Light Speaker, where we help cure those hearts. I'll be back sometime. I'll be back again and talking my mouth off like always. But I just want y'all to know that I do care. And I'll be out here somewhere flying. It don't matter. You don't wait for people, man. Make a penny out of a dollar and get up there. Get where you need to go. Because if they ain't gonna take you there, take yourself there. Even if you just gotta use the 2 feet on your toes, just go ahead and get up there. I'm telling you, ain't no time to be waiting. Just get up there. You'll be alright. For real. And I know it's like, man, she make it seem easy. It ain't easy to get up there, but you better stay your butt up there, because I'm telling you right now, what you waiting on, everybody? They ain't waiting on you. They not. So, ain't nobody gonna watch this like that anyway. Negative, right? I'm being honest. So thank you so much for viewing me. Have a good day. Subscribe to the channel.